Hey everybody, welcome to the show. This is my movie review for Green Lantern. I didn't like it for a lot of reasons. The first reason was he didn't look cool. Like the costume was cool, but it was CG and he was real. And where you saw like at the neck part where you could see the CG next to his skin, it didn't fit. It looked weird. When you saw the mask, that was the worst part. It just didn't fit. They should have spent more time working on it. They should have used like actual mask, an actual suit, and just added like the energy around it using CG. But they didn't. Everything else looked good. Like if it was all CG, it looked good. If it was all real stuff, it looked good. But him being the most important character didn't look good because it was a mix and they didn't do that well. I'm gonna make the next 2 points together because they kind of run together. They didn't make you care. They didn't compel you to care about what was going on, which is my major problem. And as a result of that, the character, well, because they didn't use the characters well, is why that happened. They have a lot of the important characters in the Green Lantern universe. Of course, Hal Jordan himself, best Green Lantern ever, the first human Green Lantern. Sinestro, who is supposed to be his mentor at first and will eventually, not in this movie, but eventually become the greatest enemy, his greatest enemy. They have Kilowog, one of his brothers in arms, some other, his brothers in the Green Lantern Corps. The Green Lantern Corps themselves, as a character. And the greatest villain in Green Lantern history, which is Parallax, if you ask me. They put them all in one movie, and it just didn't work. It didn't show you like the Green Lantern Corps as the other characters in the Green Lantern Corps. They didn't show you them enough, and the ones that they did show were the more important ones. But they didn't do anything but come in and say little things like you're weak because you're a human. Your willpower's got to be strong. Just telling them like basic stuff, and then just going on about their business. Then they had the long scenes where they had good dialogue and they had like moments that made you like care about them or see them as important characters. They just completely wasted everybody. Um, they 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 could have done a lot of things with this story. It was Hal Jordan's origin story. They could have shown him. They showed him as a kid for a little bit. You know, um, they could have shown him how his life was, and then shown him become a Green Lantern in a more compelling way, which is what they did. But like I said, it wasn't compelling. They did it all wrong as far as the story went. Um, they had a love interest in there, which was pointless. Um, and the whole point of a love interest is to be compelling. Because if the love interest cares, they care about the main character dying. It helps you to care more about what happens to the main character. But it didn't work at all. They spent too much time trying to show that Hal Jordan was young and reckless, irresponsible, and his relationship with this girl, and not enough time showing him as Green Lantern. I don't even think they showed him as Green Lantern until like 40 minutes into the movie, maybe later, and then he didn't really do anything significant, to you as Green Lantern. Like they should have made the training scenes longer, so you could see him like really trying. Because the story of Green Lantern is all about willpower, courage, overcoming fear, and they just said those things like, "I'm not afraid anymore," but they didn't show him actually like grow. They didn't show anything worth seeing. Really. Like I said, they could have showed him and Hector Hammond, and the other villains, childhood, how they grew up. They were childhood friends. They grew up together. So when they end up fighting, you would care that these guys were once friends and now they're enemies. That would make you care. And the worst thing they did really was that they ruined pretty much any chance of making another Green Lantern movie that would be good, because it was all like his origin story, and they pulled the big guns out too soon. They threw in every character they could think of. They threw in all like most of the important stuff throughout, Green Lantern's history, and they did it all right there. In the end, it kind of looked like, okay, now if they make another one, you'll see the chorus more, and you can see him training harder. But they should have done that this movie, and they should have saved a lot of the stuff they did, especially bringing Parallax in so soon. They should have saved it for another movie. But it looks like they're making good money. So hopefully, if they make another movie, they reboot the whole series so they can just get this movie out of our memory. Like they, like Marvel did with the Hulk. They got two Hulk movies. They're not connected. The second one was way better than the first one. So I mean, that's my review. Like I didn't like it because the action wasn't great. It didn't look good, and it wasn't compelling. Things were happening, and I didn't care that they were happening. And I'm a fan. It's something after the credits, so stay and see that. You get to see something, but again, that was just another thing that they ruined that they could have done in another movie, and it just didn't fit. I mean, it made sense, but they could have worked. They made things too short because they tried to put too much in the movie, and it just suffered. So don't go see it unless you're a fan and you want to get your own opinion, and otherwise don't even waste your time. But hey, if you know it's gonna suck, maybe you can enjoy it a little bit. So, but I would wait till it come out on DVD if I was you. That's my view. Thanks for watching.